बोल स्टार्ट बोल चालेल.
Start.
Hello students, let us see chapter 5 Introduction of Euclid's Geometry. What is Euclid's geometry? Euclid's geometry is the study of geometry with two-dimensional figures, that is having length and breadth. Okay, two-dimensional geometry is also called as Euclid's geometry. Euclid was a mathematician and he tried to define some of the terms which were used in geometry, but so far the definitions were not there. Let us see the definitions. Some of the definitions given by Euclid. First one, a point is that which has no part. So how we will define point? He has tried, a point is that which has no part. Okay, so generally what we do, we just put a dot. We put a dot on a paper or a surface and we call it as a point. A point is that which has no part. No part means no length and breadth. Second, a line is a breadthless length. What is meaning? Line. This is a line I have drawn. This is a line which is not having breadth. Okay, line is a breadthless length. This is what he has defined. The ends of a line are points. Again, I am drawing here. So this is A and B. So ends are the points. Okay, the ends of a line are points. Fourth, try to define a line. A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. Okay, straight line. I will try to draw a straight line. What do you mean by straight line? Suppose I will draw here one line. Okay, yes, so this is a line, say PQ. So these are P and Q are the end points. Okay, and we know on a line there are infinite number of points. So all these points, say point A, say point B, point C, point X, point Y, point Z. So all these points are lying on a line. So a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. So all points are like this. This cannot, suppose I will draw again another line. Okay, so I will call this point line PQ only. Okay, and here are the point A is on line, point B is on line, point C is not on line, point X is not on line, point Y is not on line, point Z is on line. So if I will talk about all these points, some points are on the line, some points are above the line. So this cannot be a straight line. When you say straight line, means all the points should lie evenly on the line. A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. I have tried to explain. It is a little bit difficult to understand. Okay, so here you can call it as a line as per the definition. This is not a line as per the definition. Okay, fifth, a surface is that which has length and breadth only. This is a paper. Okay, so you can call this as a length and this as a breadth. Okay, you can take any other example. Floor of your room. So floor is having length and breadth. So floor is one surface, your wall is one surface. Okay, though wall is having thickness, you have to neglect thickness for the time being. You have to consider only length and breadth. So length and breadth. So surface is that which has length and breadth only. 6. The edges of a surface are lines. This is a paper and you can see these are the edges. So these edges of a surface are lines. And 7th, a plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight line on itself. This paper, this white paper where I have written something, drawn something, this plain paper is an example of a surface and I have drawn some lines. Okay, I will draw some more lines. Okay, so these are the line segments. You will call, because you have studied line segment, now arrows are there, so you can say, okay, this is line L, this is line M. So a plane surface is a surface which lies with the straight lines, which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. All the lines are on the surface only, not like pen is not in contact with paper. Okay, so when I say This pen I have kept on paper. So consider pen as a line. This pencil as a line. So pen and pencil, they all are evenly, means if you will see from below, there is no gap between paper and a pen. So plane is a surface, plane is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. I have tried to explain. This is fourth and seventh definition is little bit difficult for you to understand. Try to imagine. Okay, thank you for this. We will see now axioms and students. Let us see now axioms and postulates. What are axioms and postulates? These are the assumptions. Assumptions means the statements we have assumed that these are the universally true statements. They need not to be proved. But there is little difference between axioms and postulates. What? See here. I have written here heading. Remember, Euclid used the term axioms for the assumptions. Assumptions means the statements which we consider as a true statement that were used throughout maths and not only linked to geometry. Okay, not related to geometry only, throughout mathematics. They are called true statements. They were called as axioms, and only related to geometry were called as postulates. Euclid used the term postulate or postulates for the assumptions that were specific to geometry only. So now what are these universally true statements? I will give you one example. Sun rises in the east. You need not to prove that sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west. The whole world has accepted it as a true statement. Let us see now some of Euclid's axioms. First, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. I will try to explain giving one example. Okay, suppose x is equal to capital A and y is equal to b. Then what relation we will get? This tells us x is equal to y. Okay, x is equal to y as per our first axiom. Second, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. Okay, let us take another example. Suppose a is equal to b and x is equal to y. If a plus x and b plus y, then what we are going to get? A plus x is equal to b plus y. Okay, as per second axiom, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. So here a is equal to b and x is equal to y. So I have added a to x and b to y. Then a plus x and b plus y, these both are equal. Let us see third one. Okay, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Okay, so suppose p is equal to q, okay, and x is equal to y. So if I will subtract, consider p is greater than x and q is greater than y. So p minus x is also equal to q minus y. So what is this p minus x and q minus y? They are called remainders. So if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Let us see fourth example. For fourth example, I will take one scale. What is things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. You take a scale like this, two similar scales, same scale of same company of same size, keep one on another in the same manner, then both are fitting into each other exactly. So they are called coincide. The things which coincide with one another are equal to one another, then both the scales are equal. Okay. Fifth, the whole is greater than the part. In India there are many states and many union territories. If you consider any state, then the area of that state will be smaller than the area of India. Okay, so India as a whole, the whole is greater than the part. Sixth one, things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Try to understand. Things which are double of the same thing. Suppose A is 2 times x and B is also 2 times x, then A is equal to B. Things which are double of the same things are equal to one another, so A is equal to B. And seventh axiom, things which are half of the same things are equal to one another. Things which are half of the same things. Okay, half. Suppose x is half of A and y is half of A, then what you can say the relation between x and y? X is equal to y. Things which are halves, half is a plural, sorry singular, halves means plural. Okay, things which are halves of the same things are equal to one another. X is half of A and y is half of A, therefore x is equal to y. I have tried to explain the axioms by giving some examples. Some are here, some I have explained you verbally. Thank you. Students, let us see now Euclid's 5 postulates. What is first postulate? A straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. Okay, I will try to explain you. This is a point, one point. This is another point. This is one more point. This is one more point. A straight line. A straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. So from here to here I can draw straight line. From here to here I can draw straight line. From here to here I can draw straight line. These 2 points, any 2 points. Okay, what this postulate tells? It tells that there is at least one line passing through 2 distinct points. Distinct मतलब 2 अलग अलग, ये और ये अलग अलग, ये और ये अलग अलग. There is at, ये postulate क्या कहता है कि there is at least one point that passes through 2 distinct points, but it does not tell, okay, that there can be more line passing through 2 distinct points. It is not said. Okay, it is not said. So there is a confusion whether one line is passing through 2 distinct points or more than one line. But throughout the work, Euclid in his work he was insisting that one line, there is a one line joining 2 distinct points. Okay, so in his work he used to say there is only one line, unique line joining 2 distinct points. Okay, 2 अलग अलग पॉइंट लेंगे तो उसको ज्वाइन करने वाली एक लाइन, आप एक लाइन से आप ज्वाइन कर सकते, ऐसे वो कहते थे. ओके, सो फ्रॉम दिस हैज गिवन अ रिजल्ट axiom 5.1. Given 2 distinct points, there is a unique line that passes from them. Given 2 distinct points, 2 अलग अलग points. Okay, say point P and say point Q. Axiom, so axiom 5.1 is a result from first postulate. So it is written at the end. Okay, in book it is written after first postulate only. Okay, so अगर P में से कितने लाइन्स ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं? You have studied in lower classes that infinite line passes through 2 distinct points. Okay, so you can pass as many lines as you can. Okay, but through 2 distinct points, the P and Q, if you try to draw, you can draw only one and only one line passing through 2 distinct points. This is axiom 5.1. Now let us see Euclid's second postulate. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely. Terminated line. So this is called a terminated line. Line A and B having endpoints. Okay, it can be extended, it can indefinitely, it can be produced indefinitely in both the directions. So this is second postulate of Euclid. Okay, so a terminated line can be produced indefinitely. Third, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. Okay, आप कोई भी सेंटर चूज कर सकते हो और एक सर्कल आपके मन में आए वो रेडियस का आप सर्कल ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. यहाँ मैंने सेंटर पकड़ के दूसरा सर्कल ड्रॉ किया, यहाँ पकड़ के दूसरा ड्रॉ किया. सो देर इज नो लिमिट. अ सर्कल कैन बी ड्रॉन विथ एनी सेंटर एंड एनी रेडियस. Fourth postulate, all right angles are equal to one another. Okay, all right angles are equal to one another. What is the meaning? Okay, suppose this is angle A is one right angle. Okay, this is angle B. Okay, one more right angle. This is angle X, one more right angle. Then angle A, B, C, all are the right angles. Okay, so all right angles are equal to one another. That is the meaning. Okay, fifth, very important, if straight line falling on two straight lines. Okay, two straight lines. पैरेलल के बारे में कुछ नहीं बोला है, देखो आगे straight line. Okay, these two straight lines. A straight line falling on two straight lines. Okay, a straight line, this is a straight line falling on the two straight lines, says lines L and M, and N is falling on L and M. The interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles. Okay, interior angles taken together less than two right angles. मतलब इस ये इंटीरियर एंगल और ये इंटीरियर एंगल लेस देन टू राइट का मतलब टू राइट एंगल्स मतलब कितना होता है 180 डिग्री. तो अगर ये दोनों का टोटल 180 से कम है तो लेस देन टू राइट एंगल्स, देन द टू लाइंस इफ प्रोड्यूस्ड इनडेफिनेटली मीट ऑन द साइड दैट साइड ऑन विच द सम ऑफ द एंगल्स इज लेस देन द टू राइट एंगल्स. ये दोनों का टोटल अगर 180 से कम है तो ये लाइंस अभी मिलती नहीं, ये और ये लाइन L and M आर नॉट मीटिंग, बट इफ यू प्रोड्यूस you will produce it, they are going to meet somewhere here. Okay, what is another part? अगर हम दूसरे साइड लेंगे, यहाँ पर अगर अभी ये यहाँ इसमें नहीं लिखा है, मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको. अगर ये टोटल अगर 180 से ज़्यादा है तो लाइन L और M आप बढ़ाते जाओगे, they will never meet on that side. Okay, this is fifth postulate. Okay, hope you have understood these 5 postulates. Thank you.